So I got this Motion Raceworks catch can vent. Is it a catch can?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a catch can. Maple over here. And I haven't put it on the Classic because I didn't really have a good way to mount it to the Chevrolet valve covers. Well, I'm fixing that today, and I'm going to show you what I got. So let's get to it. Today's video is brought to you by Lethal Garage Synthetics. If you guys didn't know, I've been an AMSOIL dealer for over 6 years and personally run AMSOIL products in my car, from engine oil, trans fluid, rear gear, brake fluid, etc. Have it all, even their coolant. And if you guys are looking to change your oil or change any of the fluids in your car and want to look for the best product available, hit the link down below in the description. You can sign up as a preferred customer, save 25% off on all of your orders, and on top of that, you can get free shipping. So check it out, hit the link below, and let's get to the video. What's going on, guys? Matt over here with Lethal Garage, and we are back with a 1971 Classic, Lethal Classic video. And as you guys know, project's been going great. Car's running, been taking it to shows. I do have some good news. I have scheduled a date and time with my paint guy who is going to help me resolve the issues of the hood so we can get the hood on the car and I can finally call it done and the top filter can stop getting gray and me having to oil it every time I take it out. And even better news, we put the car on 110 gas. It no longer diesels and backfires under the high compression stage 3 heads that are on there. So the car just starts and stops exactly how you would expect. It's glorious. It's really nice. Maybe we'll fire it up in this video at some point. But today is, let's get rid of the Holley valve covers. And it's not because I don't like the Holley valve covers. It's because they have these little lines coming off and it's just not pretty. And I couldn't figure out a good way. I mean, I guess I could hose clamp this to a larger line and then, but look at the size of these inputs on this thing. They're ginormous. So this is a really nice piece for Motion. It is not inexpensive by any means. It does ship with, I took the filter off the top, which does go on there. Comes with a mount, comes with the bottom drain. I don't know what that is. Oh, that, I guess that's if you want to just plug it off, probably. Yep, and then the mount, the bolts for the mount to go in. And I mean, they give you every option in the world to position it. Well, I guess you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different positions you can put it in. So if you want to like mount it sideways or straight on or whatever, you can get that, which is, it's cool. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward mount, and it's nice that it's mounted in 2 positions here. So I always found like one bolt is sketchy, very sketchy. But to pair with this, to get a nice decent line to run to this, I ended up pulling the trigger on the Motion Raceworks double baffle valve covers. Now these mount from the center just like the Holley ones. The kit, it's not cheap. Motion Raceworks is a little expensive, but these are, you know, a billet piece, CNC milled from one piece. I'm pretty sure the ones from Holley that I have are cast. Like you can literally see the machine marks across that. It looks cool. It's got the Motion Raceworks. You could take this down because I believe this is anodized black. Because it's anodized, I believe you can like go down and get it lasered with whatever kind of stuff you would want on it. But it's a really nice piece, and they give you everything you need. So you get your bolts with the rubber washer, well, actually with the regular washer, with the rubber gasket washer, or whatever you want to call that. They give you, I believe these are Fel-Pro, or I'm assuming they're going with the Fel-Pro instead of the GM ones. You do have to put them on, which is pretty straightforward. This is obviously the other side because I put this one on. And you could tell that because, you know, when you put it in the right orientation, it just goes on that one. So pretty straightforward. And it comes with the adapters. So I want the breather. They do make these valve covers in like 1,000 different ways. As you know, I've already relocated my coils are here, so I don't need coils on top of my valve covers, but they do make a bracket if you do need the coils on there. And again, they have multiple different styles of these. So if you don't like this specific straight setup, I wanted this one because of the way they vented, and that way I can run lines to my catch can. And it's I think it's gonna look nice. Motion Racework valve covers to the Motion Raceworks catch can or breather, whatever you want to call that, and we're good to go. So today I want to see what this looks like on the car, because it's definitely going to go from the classic Chevy look to the Motion Raceworks look, and I don't know if it's going to look a little more sleek. What do you think, Kyle? He's staring at his phone right now.
What?
You think it'll look more sleek with the Motion Raceworks setup, or do you think, is it going to matter? Is it going to change the look under the knot hood?
It's gonna give you something else to waterless
It's
wash.
Yeah, I mean, it will match the billet hinges for the hood, and it will match the billet piece from Aero Motive.
It'll also match the Nitrous Express billet anodized spacer kit that you're gonna put
There's
on the carburetor.
there's no nitrous. There's no nitrous. There's a steam vent kit. I already has a steam vent kit from Motion, which is actually a really cool thing for you LS guys. But yeah, let's just rip these off. Actually, we'll get a peek under there, see how the Z-Rod is doing. So I think it's time for an oil change on this car too. Probably not doing the oil change
about
today.
that dipstick.
There's no dipstick. No dipstick. This is the first time I've taken these covers off since I got them.
That's because you don't own a big block.
Ooh, that looks pretty in there. Should be.
It smells like zinc.
So my question is, these have, oh, that's part of these setups. This setup. The Motions don't have those.
They're not captive.
So you can see where they have the bolts. If you did want to put your coils, their coil bracket kind of bolts onto there and comes up and over. But well, Kyle pointed this out, but we're going to be able to put the oil fill on the back side of the motor at this point on the driver's side, where before with the Holly one I only had the option for passenger side, and I hated that it was that way. I actually ended up cutting the ear off the Vintage air compressor because I couldn't get the lid off unless I did that. So I don't know, I don't think I showed that on video, but now I'm just nervous I'm gonna scratch this. It's so nerve-wracking. Now when you're not running the valve, I'm just nervous I'm gonna scratch the stupid finish on it. Is it touching the front? It just clears this bracket. That makes me nervous.
Because the valve cover is gonna move.
This does though, or could. I mean, when I go to unbolt that.
Oh yeah, you might as well scratch it now.
No.
I can do it for you.
Stop it. Yeah, that looks
You
so
did
much.
cut holes into my car.
I did, but I did ask you before I did it. Are
That's
you
why-
sure you want me to do this?
That's why I just asked if I could scratch it for you and then get it over with.
You make a good point there.
It's called consent.
Dude, that was the most nerve-wracking thing we ever did to the car. If you don't know what video we're talking about, just type in ACS fender vents.
Yeah, something
And
like that.
yeah, that was.
Cut the bad decisions.
Dude, that looks so much cleaner. Like compared to the Holly setup. Not saying the Holly setup's bad, but it's like if you like that classic look. But I think we have enough billet pieces under this hood where it makes sense to run this.
Now you just need a billet alternator bracket,
You know, Mike,
electric water pump.
Mike tried to get me like he's
A
like,
9-inch.
do you want to do like a fancy front assembly on this thing? And I'm like, no. But it's amazing, like as you're like working on your car, the changes that you think of, or it's like you go to a car show and see what other people have done over the years or what they've changed, and it's like, man, we should have spent the money.
This is why we have a thing called revisions.
Is this why
Rev
your
bumps.
project is never done?
Yeah. Evolve or get left in the dust.
The question is how tight do I want to go? I'm always nervous I don't go tight enough. That's definitely not tight enough. I do like the fact that the fill's on this side now, though. In the back, not up front.
You say that till you run the AM lines.
Well, I can run that, so I can run that just straight down here, and then it's
Oh, I
still
know.
out of the way. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. How do you think the AN line should run? I did get 90s to come off of this, which will clear. I just don't know how that's going to look. Is that going to look terrible? I hate these covers. The way they bolt on. It's like you tighten the front too, and then the back ones are all loose.
Yeah, it's like doing bead locks. Oh, tighten this one. Now it's loose.
Okay, so when it leaks oil out of these...
It's not going to leak it.
No, I'm just saying when it leaks
Gas
oil out of
compressed.
these bolt tops.
Your
It's my
fault.
fault.
Yeah.
My fault. I don't even think I screwed this in.
Why would you? You're going to change oil.
Not today. I don't have time today. I definitely need to get AN wrenches.
You don't want to gall them all up?
Does anybody out there actually have AN wrenches? Like, actually, you know what?
Ocean
My
salt.
new toolbox from Boxo Tools has.
Yeah, or
I don't think it has one that size though.
Or you just be a cheapo and you get blue painter's tape and put it on your crescent wrench.
I mean, it's what this guy would do.
So duct tape?
It's what this guy would do. This might be too shiny for Derek. If you guys didn't know, I really like Vice Grip Garage. If you haven't checked out his stuff, his videos are very long, but it's a nice wind down. It's really nice. So, okay. So, the Chevy setup. First, the motion. I mean, it's even just the black. Like, this is that. The thing that makes me mad is it this side? I don't think it was this side. The other side has some chips in it already. And I don't. Oh no, it's right there. That happened before it even went on the car. I was so mad. And this is like a matte powder coat. And I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna go down and pay someone like $300 to tape this all off and freaking powder coat it again. Like, that's just annoying. It would be the same thing with that. I mean, that's just billet aluminum anodized, so it's gonna get scratched. I just hope it doesn't get scratched
Well,
anytime soon.
technically anodizing is harder than powder coating.
So hey, I didn't over squish the gasket. So that's
For
good.
sale.
For sale.
Used ones.
Yeah, if anybody needs Holly valve covers for an LS setup, I got you covered. I don't have the box for them anymore. But
You have them covered. What are they, valves?
yes. Terrible.
Valves.
I think that looks good.
Chop the other side on.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to figure out the placement for the actual. It's so huge. There's just so much. It's huge. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to put it anywhere over here. I was thinking I could put it here and mount it like this, but I don't think that would look good.
That's over the header.
Yeah, well, yeah. So then I was thinking maybe I can mount it down. No, not gonna fit. So then I was thinking, well, what if we mounted it up front? How am I gonna route those lines to make it look okay? I don't know. So if I did mount it over here by the Aeromotive setup, the fuel line's in the way. So I would have to mount it lower, which I think is fine, but it is right by the header again. So you're kind of screwed there. I could mount it back over here, but there's literally, well, I guess I would mount it to the firewall. I'd have to mount it to the firewall like this, but I think that would look cheesy, having lines coming across the fuel lines. You guys think that look dumb? I don't know. Kyle, what's your opinion?
Well, don't talk to Captain OCD about this.
Well, no, I know, because I'm OCD in a sense, but I mean, the more I keep looking at it, the more I'm realizing I probably have to put it up front somewhere. But there's stuff everywhere. I gotta clean all this up. I do want to get these lines all reran and redone, so instead of coming around here,
there's
this is flipped upside down, and they're just going through there.
There's this prime spot of painted flat material right here.
Stop it.
That some riv nuts will go right in.
Oh, you're thinking right here? Like mount it right there?
Yeah. Oh, I guess I wasn't really showing what I was looking at.
I would have to inverse the bracket because I would want it down. because there's like if you look at this bracket right here. I guess it doesn't really matter if you mount it this way or that way, right?
No, you just don't want to see it, right?
I could mount it behind.
No, flip it upside down.
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
But then it's going to be sitting high. Like that filter will sit above this bar. Come here. See, that's sitting super high. I mean, I guess I could just do the two top ones. I could just do the two top bolts and mount the two top bolts down. It's probably like a 1032. Just use like a 1032 rev nut and bolt. Let me know what you guys think. Did you really get in? It's kind of hard to see. Do I have all the lights on? It's dark in here.
Oh, there's a bar on the way and stuff.
Then I'm gonna always think I have smoke coming out of the front driver's side of my car.
You could just put a burn down box in the trunk. Like a race car.
I think this is where this has to go. But how am I gonna route the cables? I could run them out and around. Is that going to be too long of a run? Does it really matter how long the run is?
No.
I mean, because as long as it's kind of going downhill into the filter, not trying to flow back into the baffle.
Actually, ideally, it's above it.
Above it?
Because you want the air out, you don't actually want
the oil.
Yeah. Oil vapor is going to settle at the lowest point.
See, I don't know. These are things I don't know the true nature of, you know, like.
But you also need to think of how realistic is it that you're going to fill that catch can up.
Yeah.
That's why you could get away with it lower than the valve cover over there.
It'd be really easy to get to check if it needs to be drained.
Yeah.
Being right up here, and actually I could just run a tube out the bottom through this drain hole for the.
Mm-hmm.
I could do that, and then just open that valve. Drains right out. Done.
Just like my blower.
I don't know. So there's obviously a few decisions to be made here. That's a lot of line. That's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be like $250 in freaking braided line. Now what do I do? Since the fuel line up there, no, you don't want steel braided. It would have to be the black braided like I did here.
Yeah.
Because then that way it will kind of vanish along that top rail. You won't see it. Man, I'm really loving that I can fill the oil up now on this side. I'm remembering the last time I changed the oil, how painful it was to do that.
And how painful it was to check the oil.
We don't check the oil.
Where's your dipstick hole?
You don't have I'm the dipstick sitting in the driver's seat.
Ah, you don't have a fake LS7?
It was funny. We dropped the motor. We talked about adding a dipstick. We dropped the motor in. Everything was done. And then Mike looked at me and he's like, we didn't do the dipstick. I actually bought the dipstick and the piece and everything to mount with the gasket to go into the bottom of the pan. Didn't do it. I don't even know where those parts are at this point.
Gone forever.
I don't know if she's going to have the juice. The battery was dead. big issue with dieseling. The motor just did not want to cut off the back pressure on just regular crap California gas. If you guys didn't know, we have 91. We don't even have 93. And on top of that, it's just terrible. So 110, same story, but it's obviously doesn't detonate and starts and stops really easily. It smells amazing. It's a purple drink. Where is the can?
Where are the cans? There's 4 of them on
So
the floor.
yeah, I spent the money and got a couple cans. It's really expensive to buy 110 this way. But down in Corona, they actually have a station where you can pump this into either fuel containers or these pails. So actually, I'm gonna give these to you today, Kyle. So the next time you come down, I can. Actually, on that note, I need you to give me some methanol.
Good grief! I'm gonna need
I'll
an
give you-
ATF license or
I'll give you
something.
money.
I'm gonna need
It's-
to finance.
It's
to fill
really
all
expensive
those.
to run 110, but you know what? This motor is a high compression motor. It makes a lot of power. Aw, Miss Lethal's out here. Looking good. What's up, man? Number 7.
I didn't even say it.
I said it before you. No, we're not having any more children. We are done.
7's a good number.
If you guys didn't know, I have 6 kids. If you guys knew that, post in the comments. So, I don't know if this is going to look good. I got these. They're kind of... I was kind of thinking I could do the little stubby 90s off of that, but I don't know if that will work with their giant adapter thingamajigger. But, you know, imagine that coming off. Like, look how high. I mean, even if it's sitting so high. But what if I crisscross?
Gosh.
That's gonna, no.
Wow. What do you want? Like zoomies?
See, I don't think
Tractor?
that's-
Is that like a tractor header?
It's gonna look weird. This is sticking up so high. I don't think it's gonna look good.
You probably need to see if they make the whatever that is -12 ORB directly into AN line, so you don't have an extra fitting.
I'm sure they do. Like you can get a fitting like this. This isn't the right size. It's short, but it's still gonna just stick straight up. You mean I got a
Somebody
90?
might have a 91.
Yeah. Well, I told the guy, I'm like, I'd really like to do a 90, and he's like, oh, I got the perfect ones. And I'm like, maybe not. These are expensive. It's like almost $40 per fitting.
Made in America.
What are they? I think these are Fragola.
They are.
I mean, they're okay. But God, that just sticks up so high. That's gonna look goofy. Gonna have to do something. We'll have to do like that stubby 90 with a barbed adapter coming off the side of it. So it needs 2 fittings.
Yeah, just double. Just bunch. You know, they're just fittings.
At least it won't stick up as high, but I still don't think it's gonna be perfect. But whatever. These are the stupid dilemmas that we put ourselves in by trying to go fancy. Like, you know, the way to do it would have been to get the ones without
With
the
built-in
pre-drill
boiler.
and then add in the slotted one on the side. So then it's literally coming right off.
Yeah.
Line
But you
coming
just have
right
to buy these ones.
I really didn't want to buy a set of valve covers to then cut into them.
He makes them now.
There was something. I don't know. When I was talking, I think they're a lot more expensive. Like it goes from $5.99 to like $800.
Yeah, because it has a billet breather piece that already goes on there installed. Those also don't have baffles. These have baffles in them.
Correct. Which I do need.
I'm telling you, you got a baffled catch can. Don't say it's not a race car. You already said it once.
It's not a race car. I misspoke. I was talking about the white car that's not here.
That one?
What?
That one?
No, that's
Oh.
the Pilot Joe.
That's the push car.
Daily.
Ah,
Daily.
push car for the race car.
Well, I think that's it. I didn't want this video to be super long. I think it is super long. But I'm trying a new format too. Just kind of chit-chatting and being in the garage. Like Maple came down and I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And then if you guys didn't know, I made a post on Instagram that made it seem like I sold Lethal. I didn't sell Lethal. The white car is down at Eibach right now. They're developing drag springs for the 6th generation Camaro, and I told them they can use my car. So my car has mag ride, still has the stock springs on it. So we did go to solid bushings just recently, but we haven't taken the car out to actually race it with that change. Also, I did. Oh, where is it? It's buried in the cabinet. Nope, that's not it. There's a box somewhere. It's got my TCM in it. You know, I still have that rear camera mount setup from Gen 5 DIY that I haven't installed in my car.
You probably shouldn't. Race car.
I like. Well, the problem.
Keep adding weight to your race car.
No, so the reason why I want to do it is because I can't see out the back currently.
You can see around the parachute.
So the setup that I have, well, my car's not here, but it replaces the top antenna, and I got a black one, so I can have a black one instead of it being white.
So you can be like a
Get
Lancer
rid of the
owner.
fake carbon fiber cover that's on there, which I like. I don't hate it, but I want the camera out the back so I can actually see, because I put a parachute on the stupid car and I can't see out the back of the car. Yes. So these are cheap. I didn't realize it took forever to get though. GM was backordered on these stupid things, so I have to install this in the car, go down to Paradise Chevrolet, and then they can flash the tune on here. So basically we have to put the car in the trailer with this installed on the car, have them flash it, then get back to Mike's and then have him retune this, because mine is spitting like 100,500 airs and causing the car to randomly shift. So if you guys, it's been a while. This is why I haven't gone racing with the car. One, I couldn't get a TCM. Finally got the TCM. Now I got to do all of that. But when we were going down the track, the car would just randomly shift. Like, it's like, oh, I'd throw it into manual mode, or not manual. We'd launch in manual mode, kick it over. It would then shift, but on the 3.4, it's like 3.5, and then all of a sudden it's like, bam, 17,000 airs, and the car falls on its face. And so, talk with a bunch of shops who have worked on tons of 6th gens, and they're like, oh, we've had that problem. We had to replace the TCM, so here's the new TCM. Made in America. One of the very few parts that GM actually still has made in America. Yeah, they've shuffled everything off over to China. But there, that's it. That's all this video. I've talked too much. Let me know what you think of this new format, just hanging out in the garage talking. I like it. It's more comfortable, and it's been a while since I've actually done like a video. Even the last video of installing the 6th generation solid points was like my old style format. I don't like it anymore. I've been off YouTube for so long. I've been watching a lot of other people doing YouTube for a while, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try something different. So here we are. So let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, thank you, Maple. See you on the road.